I really enjoy meditating on the breath, just for fun. I find it really enjoyable, and I do it without seeking any benefit. And for me, the benefit is the byproduct of just having a pleasurable experience. And one of the byproducts is wisdom into our own nature, and it's this gap between our own wisdom and our own knowledge. We can read many books and we can understand spirituality on an intellectual level. Reading any one of a number of books on the Four Noble Truths is there's nothing to disagree with. It makes logical sense, and you read it and you're like, yes, and so what? But it's because we understand it on an intellectual level. And wisdom comes from a deep knowing and a experiential level. And when we read books about the Atman, the non-self, of enlightenment and getting rid of the ego and the habit pattern of the mind is not self, we can understand it on an intellectual level. But one piece of wisdom I found that surprised me was, especially when I'm sitting meditating, I realised me, whoever that is, doesn't want to be enlightened, doesn't want to have no self. There's an enjoyable quality to being me, and I didn't want to lose that me, whatever that is. So when people talk about death of the ego as a goal, I don't know if people really understand that the ego, while it causes ourselves suffering, is also something we choose to cling to. It's not like it's stuck to us and we're trying to remove it. I used to think that there was this ego that I had to peel away from me, but then with wisdom there was this knowledge that I wasn't trying to peel it away from me. That me that was trying to peel it away was me trying to curate the perfect person. That me that was pulling away was just another part of me that I wanted to keep. So getting rid of the bad parts of you and keeping the good parts of you is very egotistical, but that's what some people think of as spirituality. Realising that we are an ego and we are selfish and we are that selfish rascal, not this high intellectual, pious, altruistic person. We're not that. We're this rascal, and we like being it. That was the start of me really getting to grips with it. And then when I realised that the reason why I was like that was because there was a fear of what would I be if I wasn't that. So I could see myself causing myself suffering, but if I removed myself and there was just awareness, what would I be? And then I realised through meditation of the breath, there was fear. And there was a fear of letting go. There was so much fear really deep down, and speaking with people that are a lot more advanced than me, they confirmed it. Deep down, the root of it is a fear of not knowing what's on the other side of everything. And sometimes when we knock at the door of this fear, through fear of letting go completely, and we realise it's ourselves that are holding ourselves back from releasing these parts of ourselves, from physically letting go, from physically just letting go of the breath. It's hard to do, to actually stop trying to breathe. It's easy to breathe when you're not thinking about it, but it's hard to stop breathing consciously when you're not thinking of anything else but the breath. So it's really hard to observe the breath without meddling. And at the start of the Anapani meditation, we do manipulate the breath slightly by having a slightly longer out breath. And as the meditation progresses and we get calmer, we try and release our grip. But often there's a point where we can't release our grip anymore, but we know that there's tension, and that is the fear. And it's just repeated exposure, repeatedly getting to that place of, can I enjoy it more? Can I relax more? Am I allowed to like it more? And there's a pleasure and enjoyment, but there's something holding us back from really jumping into it. And that's, for me, I interpret it as fear. Fear of what would happen if I completely let go, completely jumped in, and there's at that door of the limits of our relaxation. It might be pleasurable, but we can go further. So I just wanted to encourage people to say it's okay to enjoy your meditation. It's that fear of enjoyment, that fear of completely letting go, it's holding all of us back, and me included, me maybe more than others. And I just wanted to share that experience. It's okay to enjoy meditation. It isn't a chore. I haven't spoken for very long, but that's as much as I can say. Just enjoy yourselves. Anamodana.